A day in my life as a small business owner.
Hear that? Decor. Big up Rosie Decor by Rose. Okay, don't forget to subscribe. Hear that? So go out and subscribe this beautiful, wonderful lady here.
There's no decor like this decor anywhere near this decor. This is Rose's Decor, where style and quality is our service.
The subscriber them more to like the video, more to subscribe if you're not yet a subscriber. Hi guys, how y'all doing today? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be making a tool bag. I have an original toolbox, but I also need a bag because at times I'll be going from different areas. So instead of for me to bring the heavy toolbox with some of the stuff that I don't really need, I build a tool bag so I can put the stuff that I really need inside that bag. I have a bag, but it's a bit too small, so I'm just gonna make one that can fit all my stuff. And I have here some material. So first we'll need 2 pieces 13 by 16, and I have here, so that's the front panel, and I have 2 pieces side panel 11 by 13, and I have the base, which I double because the base has to be more durable, so I double that material, and between that double the material I'll be putting in a piece of cardboard just to give it a bit of strength between it because I've doubled it. I have here 32 by 22, so I fold that in half. So when I fold it in half, it's 16 by 11, and I have some pieces to make my side pockets. I have 2 sets of pockets, 9 by 16, to put on either side, and to one of the corner I'll be making 1 piece. And I also have some straps. My straps will be 1.5 inches for the handle. And I also have some zip, which I'll be using at the top. This piece of material has to be serged because if you realize there's sort of wobbling out, so I'm gonna serge it to stop the edge from frilling out a bit. I'll be cutting the base from this. Make sure the cardboard that you're using is not bent or joined, or else your back is going to be sloopy. So you just got to be straight. All right, so I'll be cutting out. When I fold it, it's 16 by 11. We want to cut this out 15 by 10 because you have to have room for the edges to for seam allowance. Make sure the scissors you're using is very sharp and durable. I'm using a heavy duty scissors. As I said, we're going to do 10, so I'm going to do 10 that way and 15 the other way. Guys, I changed from the scissors and using my electric cutter because when I start using the scissors the longer way, it's having some ripple ends. So I rather to use the cutter to do that because each time the scissors ease up a bit, it kind of have a little twist. So it's safer that way. somehow just round, give it a little niche off. Make it the edges them round, just like that. I'm measuring my cardboard on the base of which would be placed inside. And yes, we have our allowances at all corners. So that will be our stitch area. We're not gonna cut it out. We're just gonna put some glue. I poured my glue in this bottle. Reason being, when I keep it in that container, it lasts a bit longer. So I do that. So I'm gonna measure around the 15 by 10, and that's where I'll be placing the glue to put the cardboard on. So I'll be marking half an inch in from here in. I can see it visibly. See that mark? So we're gonna do that throughout the entire material, just half an inch from the edge. And we make a mark. So at that mark, that's where we'll be putting our glue. We don't want to spread the glue all over. This is the most difficult part. And here we go in 15 inches. I want you to see everything. So we go in 15 inches from the line in, plus our cardboard is 15 inches. So we make that mark right there. And please ensure that it's inside of the fabric. You'll be putting on the glue. So I'll be spreading my glue now. Just put a little, just a little close. I'll be using anything you can just to spread. And I'll be also putting it on the cardboard also. I know that I put a little bit too much, but it's fine. We're just gonna put it aside now. Not to really dry, but just to have it set for like 3 to 5 minutes. And then we're just gonna put them together. I waited 5 minutes or 6 minutes. So what I'm gonna do now is to apply the board to our fabric. And I put it on the plastic area to it. Make sure we don't miss out anything. Okay, I just want to tap it a little bit and securely hold. Wow, good. No need to put it on both sides. We're just doing that because we don't want our board to miss or slide all over the place while we're attaching anything. So what we're gonna do now, here we have it. So now we're gonna attach our main bag so we here. Can have it secure before we put it on to our main. Guys, reaching this part of the video, I realized that my microphone went dead. I have two mics. One I was using thinking that will take me throughout the video. One was in charge and the other one went dead. So hence I don't have to do this voiceover. But on the main piece of material that measures 16 by 13, you're gonna put your back strap, and I cut my back strap 44 inches in length. So you're gonna have two pieces of 44 inches, and on the width of the material is 16 and the height is 13. So on the corner that I'm pointing at, it's you're gonna do 4 inches from that corner in. So the width of course is 16, so you're gonna do a measurement of 4 inches in and 4 inches from the other side. And from the top where you have the 13, we're gonna go down on the two sides 4 inches down, and that's where we're placing our straps. That's where we'll be finishing because we're not gonna sew it all the way up, because we have to leave space for the zipper to go in. And I also gonna put another piece of material to the top, because it's not gonna be like 13, it's gonna be a little bit higher than that. But to ensure your straps in place, you want to take some pins and secure them down onto the fabric. So after doing that, we're going to take it to the machine and stitch it down. But before, we want to ensure that even after pinning them up, sometimes things shift, so you just want to double check if it's safely on, and make sure you do that 4 inches from the top of where the handle is, because that's where it will be down. That's where I'm pointing at. That's where we finish stopping the sewing. Guys, I get the strap sewed on, and in the interim, I've gone ahead and stitched. Let me show you. Oh my word, it's a bit dark. I'll show you what I did was to sew that's the pocket will be going there, and also on the other side we'll be doing it just the same. So I'm gonna stitch the pocket on, so it will be face up and face up. I've gone ahead and do this piece just like that, face up, face up. So stitch one of the side, make it one, just stitch the face up, and put the other piece, that's the one of the side. This is the front, so you're gonna put it face down. On the other side will be the same, face down. This doesn't have a face, neither, what I say now, you know, but now front. So you put one piece there and one piece to that side. So therefore, this other piece will be just lock to the other side. So everything is just gonna lock around, but you're gonna leave out one space. You're not gonna lock everything in a circle, because we'll be adding on another piece to the top here, like 2 inches from our base up. So we're gonna stitch 1/2 inch. That's our seam allowance. is to just flat stitch down the side, since even though it's the inside, just to enhance the look a little bit. And we're gonna flat stitch down the side before all the sides before we put on the top layer. So our bag at this point will be looking like that. This piece we're gonna leave out, and that and that. And don't forget we have another pocket here. So we're gonna put this one face down. And then it's gonna be just like that. So we're gonna stitch that into place. Guys, this is how we're gonna do our pocket in half. Because after we put this long strip on, our pockets are not gonna be that wide. So what we'll be doing is to just one side, I'll be just sewing from the top, coming all the way down to the bottom here. So guys, what will be happening is now, when I put it in half, they have one opening pocket here and the other one here. So what I do, a double stitch here. That's the other side, guys, that has the 3 pockets. So we have one there, that one is a little bit bigger, and that one is like an inch or 2 less, and that one. And on the other side over there, you just have a big open space. That's at the one at the corner. And there we have original 2. It's now time to put on the extra 2 inches that I was telling you about at the top. So what I'll be doing is right side to right side. So we'll try to just put it on and stitch like a 1/4 inch at the top. We'll just see if we can manage to put that layer of piece of material at the top. What I did was to stitch this on, so now I'm flat stitching it. I'm flat stitching the entire area of the top of the bag. Add that strap on, not the strap, the other piece, which is I measured 2.5 inches up. So I take in a 1/4 inch, and then I'm trying to bend this because I want to leave it a 2-inch layer right there. So guys, what we're gonna do first, this is the right side of our bag. So we're gonna make sure I line this up. That's the base, the bottom of our bag. We're gonna put it face down. That's the end, one of the end. Just put it face down to the edge of the bottom. Making sure all the sides are even. What I'm gonna do now is to stitch 1/2 inch down to the edge. So guys, after stitching around the bottom of the bag, that's the base with the top part, I have a 1-inch strip that I'll be attaching to all 4 corners of the bag that's on the inside, just to have it, let it have a more finish, instead of, because I won't be using a liner on the inside because it's a tool bag. So I'll be just using that 1-inch strip just to go around. So it will be looking just like that. And on the other side, just the same. So we're gonna turn now to the side. So to the other side, we're just going to simply just turn it like that. We're gonna stitch onto the other side. And we just continue to go around with the strip just the same. Guys, I'm almost finished with the bag. Just one side leave. It's a very much almost finished with the, what I'm gonna do here now is to close halfway the last side. So I'm just gonna close halfway to where the pocket stops because I need space to do the zipper. So I'm just gonna stitch here and to lock it around with my strip going around so it looks very, very authentic. I'm very pleased with my bag so far. Alright, I flip my bag over. That's the result of the bottom of my bag. And the inside I'll show you. That's the inside of the bag. As I said, I just use a strip to line that up. So inside and outside looks very tidy. Alright. But I have a little tricky part. I'll just put this bag aside. Alright, have you ever seen anyone using half of a zip to put in anything at all? This is half of a zip. Oh Lord, let me show you guys. Let me show you. I think I'll take it from this end. When I said half of a zip, it's just, this is a yard zip, right? Normally you have two ends. One to put one side of the zip in and the other side. But this time, I'm not gonna use the other side. I'm gonna use one side to install the zip. And it might seem like it's impossible, but it's easier than you even think. Okay. Look what I'm gonna do. As I said, this is just one piece of zipper. Just one piece, measuring, and I'll measure that for you. So I'll be measuring 52 inches. That 52 inches will be folded in half, just one side of the zip. So what I'm going to do now is to fold it in half so it becomes one. So just fold it in half, just zoom it down. So this will be the ending of our zip. So we're putting on our slide. That's a slide. So just like that. And at that end, we have no problem at all that it's gonna be loose. That's the ending of the zip. This end, I'm gonna sew a piece of the strap just to hide that little end. So I'm just gonna fold it like that and put our strap on. After installing a zip, remember we're doing that piece at the top. So we're gonna attach the zipper to that piece of black piece. First of all, we're just gonna put on the zip from one end straight down to the other, and as soon as we meet at the other end, we'll just join the two ends together, and that's where we'll put on our slides. We'll be removing the slides before we put it on, so we'll be stitching down the entire zipper as long as that bag at the top there, just stitch it along, and then after that we'll be closing it and put on our stripper. And remember, we have the little 2-inch piece at the edge just to stop the end of the zipper from coming off. So that part I did not get to video, but if you have any difficulty making this bag, please do leave any comment and I'll sure to respond. All right, thank you all for watching. Enjoy. Guys, I have this other bag that I make, and I think this looks really good. It's a traveling bag, and I'll be making more of those as others are craving for, like, everybody want to travel, so they don't want this big bag or bringing a suitcase, or so yeah, I built something similar, but not as high. That one was like a flat bag that can fit over, whether overhead in the plane or under a seat in a bus or anything, but this one looked more suitable. Everybody likes this one, so I'll be doing a video of how I did this one. All right, thanks for watching, everyone. If you're not a subscriber, please do subscribe and give me a thumbs up and share the video. God bless you all.
Know what else to say. That is it. Isa